Good afternoon from Kirksville, Missouri. This is Randy Kirvin, and this is Rant and Randy's Rant for this uh, July 11th, 2020. Bang this one into session, Randy. All right. First, I'd like to start off with a report on the state of Missouri right now. I'm kind of waiting around for people to come into my little blue room. Missouri confirmed COVID 19 cases, 28,060 cases, up from 25,595, and I believe that was about a week ago. All right, we got people. Hello, Maria. Maria is the first to show up today in the room. All right, Missouri is at statewide 1,107 deaths. That's up from, I believe, the last report was 1097, and that was only about a week ago. So even though the people here have decided that Donnie's right, that it's all over with. Hello, Bonnie. That it's all over with. I was seeing a day or so where there was more people, and it was young people that were out wearing masks. The old people were out maskless, of course, for their dear supreme leader. Was a grand wizard. Well, let's get into it. All right. Holy shit. Donnie commuted Roger Stone's sentence. Well, shit, he said he wouldn't serve a day, and now he proved that, yeah, that's right. He wouldn't serve not one day. And on the same day, Roger Stone said that he didn't want to be pardoned because that's an admission of guilt. So Donnie decided to commute his sentence. Just another bunch of bullshit from an authoritarian that has taken over our justice system. And what is this? A damn banana republic? Shit. Damn. Donald Trump shouldn't be the judge, jury, particularly of his own friends. That's what this is all about. Any enemies, he ruins their career, like Lieutenant Colonel Vindman. That Tammy Duckworth is still holding up on promotions. She wants Esper to answer some damn questions about what caused Vindman to retire. In other words, it was probably the White House said no. Donnie probably told the Pentagon, no, he's not getting promoted. And rather than have to put up with bullshit the rest of his career, the poor man decided to retire. And I'm loving Donnie's approval rating. He is too, on handling coronavirus. He brought it on himself. Approve of his handling of the coronavirus is at 33%. Disapproval is at 67% in this country. And Don Lemon pointed out something. 21 ads by Trump are negative. Biden, on the other hand, is calling for unity. The only thing is comparing Biden's record against Trump. Trump doesn't have a record that is positive for years before Putin helped him steal the 2016 election. And we all know what happened. And like I was telling you, and also my friend and brother, Buddy Davis, was saying, this is because will be aided by not only Russia, is now Putin has delivered a message to Europe, Latin America, Central America, Cuba, and the whole nine yards, that they get in touch with their relatives and tell their relatives that Trump is going to win re-election. That's not going to be helpful, and that's what we've got to stay on. Plus, uh, later today, when I can find the meme for it, I am donating money to the Lincoln Project. I think we should all get out there and join that organization. Their ads, along with another group, I think it's Vote Vet, is doing a great job of bringing Donnie down with truth to power. Let's see what else I got for today. And the Roger Stone thing, I think that's what she was referring to on Rachel. Another phase in the decline of rule of law. Barr has ousted another U.S. attorney. Another Friday night massacre happened, along with Roger Stone getting a commutation for his sentence. The U.S. attorney in the Eastern District of New York picks the replacement. Judge swears in the top federal prosecutor in Brooklyn. The Eastern Division of New York has a new district U.S. attorney, Zeth DeCharme. Barr has decapitated D.C., the Southern District of New York, and the Eastern District of New York. All three districts by Barr to protect Trump and his cronies. The only thing is, I believe the one in, no, it stands as that. Berman threw a kind of a brick in there when it comes to one of the districts. I think it's Southern District is now in limbo because the person under Berman is now in charge of that until they can confirm in the Senate a replacement for that lady. So there is a deputy U.S. Attorney that's still in the Southern District of New York and continuing the cases that they're handling. Then I got over to the last word. Don't have a whole lot here today. Roger Stone telling a reporter on the day he was commuted that he preferred that over a pardon. Admission of guilt is a pardon. Trump knows I was under enormous pressure to turn on him, but I didn't. In other words, he just confessed that he was guilty of what he was charged with in the 7 felonies, people, and confessed to it and gets his sentence commuted. And I'm hoping a lot of you did get the last word last night. I'm not going to take a lot of time. You need to watch it. If you can watch it, I believe, tonight all over the country. The last word, Rachel Maddow, and all the shows are played over, including the 11th hour. And you want to watch last night's show. It was totally Tremaine Lee has out a new film, Stone Ghost in the South, and I think you will find it very informative. The man went all over the country about the monuments and the statues. So I'll leave that to you. You can watch that show on MSNBC tonight during prime time. They play those shows from Friday night over. Tucker Carlson's, and this is from Don Lemon, top writer resigns after secretly posting racist and sexist remarks online on an online forum. And I heard last night before I went to bed, and it was from Don Lemon, that Donnie has canceled today's campaign rally in New Hampshire, but he's going to visit Walter Reed Hospital, and he says he'll wear a mask there to visit the wounded. See, distraction again. Look over here. I care about our troops. Full of fucking bullshit is all the man is. And to top that off, we have quite a mess. Is through Barr and Trump allies of his campaign are taking over our federal government. One example, and this was quite recent. I believe the man's name is Michael Pack. He took over the Voice of America. It will no longer seek to tell people about democracy all over the world. Tell them about the banana republic the United States has become. Is what it's going to be about. Damn it. And what it came about, how it came about, was Donnie didn't like the reporting during the pandemic from the Voice of America. So that's the reason he totally replaced it. And I'm missing some stuff. Oh, yeah, that's what it is. I keep forgetting now what I do to conserve paper is I turn the first page over and go that way. And let's see what I can do with this. And we'll see what I missed. Oh, yeah. See, this continues the Zeph DeCharm, sworn in as acting U.S. Attorney with the Trump administration, another actor, acting. That's what it is, an actor. Like this is an unreal reality show. Shit. Excuse me. Rachel made an excellent point out of these three districts. Keep in mind that Barr is investigating Obama officials and law enforcement agencies that investigated Russia interference in the 2016 election when Barr was talking about in the Senate. He was talking about he was going to investigate the investigators. Now they have total control over the three districts that will handle that kind of situation. So we don't know what the hell is going to happen before election time. And when is he going to announce those? And what districts will handle that? I just told you what districts would handle that. And I was talking about Friday night's massacre, as usual, commuting Roger Stone's sentence. Remember last month, lead prosecutor Aaron Zelensky in the House of Representatives appearing. And I covered so much of that text, I could have gone through quite a bit of it again last night, writing it all down, but you heard me talk about it. You heard me quote what Rachel had to say on all that and in his opening statement. So I won't put you through sitting through all that. I didn't write it down again. I recycled my papers, so I don't have it any longer. And I know many of you remember that show and my shows. Rachel's first guest is Adam Schiff, another appalling attack on the rule of law, rewarding his friends using Barr as a shield for his friends. If you do not, and this is what Schiff said about him, if you do not lie and protect me, I will come after you. And we've seen it time and again. That's exactly what he does. Remedies are about down to the vote in November. What we can do is shed light on the infractions on the rule of law between now and November. Then she had on Nicole Wallace. This is President Trump protecting President Trump with the pardoning of commuting of the sentence of Roger Stone. We need to keep in mind Bill Barr and Patrick Maloney, they will not resign. They're going to look the other way when all this shit goes on, as far as trying to go after Obama, Biden. Some people are of the opinion that Barr is not going to do that, particularly close to an election. That would be downright stupid. But Nicole Wallace said that this is an obliteration of the rule of law. You pull an alarm on the rule of law and know it is coming. NBC, single day coronaviruses in the U.S. top 70,000. And I want people to keep in mind with MSNBC's figures, those count all the dead that were found where they live in New York and New York State, New York City and New York State. So it's slightly higher than what we're seeing on the counters on other networks. CNN politics. Doctors say U.S. is in a free fall with the coronavirus as 32 states struggle with higher rates of infection. If they're older people, that could be 7,500 people who die from that. Just a single day of infection would affect that many older citizens. Mississippi's Governor Tate Reeves asking for cooperation with wearing masks. Texas is having their hospitals are being overwhelmed. Corpus Christi morgues are being overwhelmed with the dead and asking FEMA for help. Phoenix, Arizona is still asking for help from FEMA on the testing. They don't care to do that anymore. They're out of that business. Shit. Oh. Well, gang, that's about all I've got. We've got a meeting later on. I hope to be a part of it. I just don't know from day to day what comes up. I do have my Discord back, kind of hanging back on that because, like I said, family things come up. And of course, there's only two of us, but sometimes Grace will announce she wants to go get breakfast, and I've either got to lead the meeting. I want to know that I can sit down and enjoy the chat on the meeting itself and jump out there and go on Discord, and I'll be there in case John and the other guests want to talk to me. But we'll see how things go. I'll put it that way. I will have my memes out there. I can't believe how many people we got out here in my blue room. I really appreciate it. I'm seeing names I hadn't seen for a while, like Deborah Sanchez. There's Lisa S. She's pretty good at being at, and there's Lou Rawls. He's back. I appreciate all of you coming and watching this old Georgia boy have a fit with a Donnie doll. It does help calm me down. Somewhat. I won't say completely. But I will remind everybody we do have a new site, John Brivido, BDF. Make sure and get over there and join it. I've tried to think of everybody I can. But with 700 people on a friends list, it takes a little while to go through everybody. I hope that I don't make anybody mad because 700 and something names, sometimes it's a little hard to get through all of them. All right, I will let you go shortly. Like I said, it's not a requirement, but I will have my meme out for my P.O. box and for my PayPal. Not me will also be placed out there later. It's Saturday night, people, and let's have a good time. Let's have fun at the meeting, and let's go about what we have to do. We have to get him out. My biggest fear at this point is what he might be headed to by spreading the virus around the way he's doing with no empathy, compassion, nothing else. I think this may be deliberate to get the virus spread so far and so deep in this nation that he's going to call off the elections. I'm praying that that doesn't happen, but I would not put it past him. One way or another, he's going to try to remain in office. I can just see it now. We win by a landslide. He's going to say it was cheating. All right, I'll let you go before I get into another rant. Have a good evening. I appreciate your time that you spend to listen to me. I want you to go down and like and share on this YouTube. That helps me out to get the word out on this quicker and to more places. All right, have a good one. I'll leave you with peace, resist, persist, and insist that we flush the turd on November 3rd. I thank you for coming. Have a good one. Share this shit. Get it out there. Thank you. Bye bye. Share this shit.